In this episode, we have some really terrific scenes between some of the player characters and their parents. One of the major themes of Monsterhearts is that the adults in the lives of these kids are the real monsters, and this comes out in a really vivid way between Jonah and his mom and Margot and her dad. This episode also has several really nice play techniques come up. I'm not going to go into all of them here, but be sure to check out my notes in the time codes. Enjoy.
I'm hold still, and I think I take my hand and rest it on your shoulder, and I'm going to totally lean over and bite your neck because I'm a vampire. And because it's dark and you can't see me, maybe something else is happening. You think something else is happening, but that's right. What I'm thinking.
I'm gonna cut here. This is good. Well, Margot, let's just fast forward past Chad. Yeah. I feel like there's nothing else to really do there. So where do you go? What do you do?
Well, I'm killing time before 7:30, obviously. I'm assuming that it's only 5 o'clock or something at the latest by now, right?
Latest, yeah.
So I'll have Chad drop me off in town because I don't want him coming anywhere near my trailer.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just going to walk out there and we can cut to a home scene. There's Rainier beer cans just piled all over in the crummy little living room and the old-fashioned TV set there, and it's just got Wheel of Fortune or some dumb shit on there, and Dad's blottoed, and of course Mom's at work, so I'm the one who's supposed to make supper. So I go into the kitchen and pull out the can of Spam, start cutting it up and frying it.
Nice. What are your parents' names?
My dad can be Ken. My mom is Yvonne.
And you said your mom's working. Your mom's working right now. Or your dad's working right now. Who's at home?
My dad is just a drunk. My mom works 2 part-time jobs.
So you're kind of alone for all intents and purposes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you're making the Spam. You're doing your thing. You got a lot on your mind, right? So your dad is he kind of stumbles in, I think he's got a wife beater on, and I think he's got a wife beater on and boxers. He hasn't even put on pants today, right? Hey, little girl, how's it going?
Okay. See, you did a lot today, Dad.
He's this is my house, and I don't think I have to justify my daily activities to my daughter.
Fine. You want your eggs scrambled or what with this?
He's yeah, but a little soft, right? You kind of overdid them a little bit last time.
See me crack the eggs hard on the side of the skillet and dump it in there, and you can see me turn up the heat some more.
He's it's better if you mix them up first before you put them in the skillet. If you try to mix them in the middle of the pan with the heat, they could just kind of fucks them up. They get a little burnt on the edges.
Do you want to do this, Dad? Do you want to drive?
I don't know. I just feel I've told you so many times. I'm just wondering, when are you going to absorb some of this, fantastic life knowledge I'm giving you right now, Margot?
Oh, man. See me pouring a little milk and start whipping it up.
So you're going to go running around at night again? I know what you get up to, running around the forest. What are you doing out there? You got a boy you're seeing out there, or a girl even?
Just to not be here. As lovely as this all is, and as much as I appreciate your gifts of this wonderful place to me, go figure, I prefer being elsewhere.
So your mom and I just aren't good enough for you now. Is that what's going on here?
I think Mom's
awesome. Out there working 2 jobs to put a roof over your head.
Exactly.
I'm holding shit down over here, and this is the way you treat us?
What shit are you holding down? That couch, right, Dad? We don't want that couch getting away from you.
He's he gets up and he's just finish my fucking eggs, please.
Oh, they're fucking done. Slap the skillet down the table and go.
I think you're shutting them down, right? You feel you're shutting them down a little bit. Yeah, go ahead and roll that with Cole.
5, no luck.
He gets up, he's got his eggs, and he's eating his eggs or whatever. And he's hey, some guy came by looking for you today. What the fuck? She's in school. Of course, she's not going to be here. Real weird guy, big guy, wearing a cowboy hat.
What the
fuck? Friend of yours?
No.
He's yeah, old guy, huge. He's a fucking haystack. I just thought
sure he was looking for me?
He said, is your daughter named Margot? And I said, who's asking? And then he went into this whole thing about like questions and who gets to ask questions and who has to answer questions. Like he's kind of a fucking weirdo, if I'm being honest. But I just told him to get the fuck out of here.
That's creepy. What the hell? How old was this guy?
God, fuck, I don't know. Like he was
Older than
pushing
you, though,
70.
right? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. He's got to have me confused with someone else.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He only knew your exact address and your first name. Like, come
What do
on.
you say?
Just level
What?
with me, Margot. What the fuck is going on?
Nothing's going on with any guy in a cowboy hat.
Well, I'm just saying, if they dig your body up out of the creek in 2 weeks, I will not be surprised.
Thanks for carrying Chev away from the table and go off all upset and confused.
Also, Jonah, what's going on? You got your leverage over Tony. No big deal there. That's
Yeah, I
solved.
think I go home and yeah, I know I'm in for it. I again do try to do like my quiet entrance.
Doesn't work. Mary says, Jonah, you decided to join us, grace us with your presence, I see. And she's kind of like laughing. She's actually in a good mood. Like she's not even angry about anything. Yeah. But Ben was like a bargaining chip with your mom. You're not really in trouble.
Right.
Or anything. So she's like, Ben has been so helpful. Like he is, and she kind of comes and says a little bit like, kind of like she's saying it just to you, but also loud enough so that Ben can hear, but she's pretending like Ben can't hear, you know? She's like, he is a really, really nice boy. You should hang out with him more. I think he'd be good for you.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we hang out all the time at school, so.
Do you? He seems to think that, well, I don't know. I think you should talk to him. I think he's a little starstruck with you, Jonah, you know? He seems vulnerable. He seems like the kind of kid, now she's saying quietly, he seems like the kind of kid who needs someone to, I don't know, look out for him, you know? And he brought his ukulele over to the New Life party, and it was so adorable. It was a hit. I mean, everyone loved it. I made so many more sales because of it. It's great.
So I think what I do is I go and get Ben, and I kind of push/walk him out the front door.
Yeah, so Ben's there, and Ben is like, you actually notice that Ben's got like a little bit more like confidence right now. Like Ben was like, Ben was kind of like the star of the show, right? And he was really like living for the attention that he got with these like older women who are there to talk about New Life.
I think I probably like grab him by his arm and I'm like taking him out. Like I want him gone.
He's like, wow, we had a really good time, Jonah. I thought you were going to be here. Like I was totally disappointed.
I had somewhere else to be. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
He's like, all right, cool, awesome.
I mean, I don't know if I'm shutting him down or not, but yeah.
I don't think so. I don't really feel like it's that. I mean, if you want to go in real hard on that, you can. But I think he would be leaving anyway.
Okay, yeah. So I take him by his arm, put him out the front door.
I think he's like still talking as you shut the door, right?
Right. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't think I'm being a dick, but I'm being a dick.
Yeah. I don't think he perceives it that way, right? So. All right, well then what?
I think that Jonah is probably a bit upset about the things his mom said. I think what he says is he's like, Ben was helpful for you.
He brought that ukulele over and he started playing it. Everybody just thought that was so great. And then we got talking. Did you know that he's going to be an environmental scientist when he goes to college? That's what he's going to try to do. I think that's fantastic. That's so great. We need more stuff like that in this country.
Yeah, I mean,
he just seems like he's got it together, Jonah. I mean, I just can't help but think like, gosh, like maybe if we had, I don't know, encouraged you more or pushed you more in a certain direction, give your life a little bit of like, a little bit of direction, a little bit of, a little bit of guidance, that maybe things would have worked out differently for you.
Whatever. That's stupid.
I'm giving Mary a string on you. Why can't you be more like Ben is basically where this is going, right?
And what I say is, I don't know, Mom, maybe I could be more like Ben if I didn't live in a shithole where the doorknob's broken and I sleep on a cot and my bedroom is a pantry. What, you really think this is normal? You really think this is the kind of place where Ben ends up happening? No, this is me, all right?
Ouch. All right, let's shut someone down.
So that is a 10. I'm going to choose they gain a condition. I want that condition to be enraged.
She grabs like a wooden spoon and throws it in the sink. It clangs, right? And when she doesn't get the reaction she wants, she grabs something else that is also not breakable, but that she can still throw in the sink,
Right.
and it clangs in the sink. And she's furious, right? She's totally furious. All right, just wait till your father gets home. That's all I got to say. And then she just like stomps upstairs. I think she's just kind of impotent rage right now.
Yeah, I think what happens is that I'm not going to wait for my dad to get home and to take the fucking belt on me.
Right.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, without even going up to my room, I'm just going to like sneak out the front door and go to what's his name, Mr. Thompson's house. I think I knock on his door. I'm teared up a little bit, but I'm also like pulling like a Jessie from Gilmore Girls, where I'm just like trying to be stoic and not saying anything.
Right.
But my eyes are I'm clearly upset.
Right. Let's cut. Where were we at with Lilith and the fairy forests, right? And the blood drinking. Let's pick up on that. So, what are the mechanics for like drinking blood?
It's called the feeding. When you feed on hot blood, if this is the first time they've ever been fed upon, you both mark experience. And when you feed, choose 2. I think that only triggers if Lilith actually lets me like
do it, right?
lets me do it, because like I think there's a moment where she can react as like she feels me biting into her neck, where she can do something else.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe you do feed on me, but the thing that they like that you fuck up or whatever is maybe my blood is fairy blood, right? And that's not good for you, and it hurts.
Oh yeah, cool.
Although in True Blood fiction, it's the best thing for you, right?
Well, then maybe I actually like that idea more. Maybe it is so good that you overdrink and that hurts you.
Good. Oh, she kind of overdoes it. It sounds like it would hurt you too, though, right? It sounds like you'd both be harmed here.
Yeah. What do you think, Serena?
Yeah, I like that idea. Like I almost feel like I don't know what the fairy contract off the top of my head is, but I wish you could like give me a condition, because like I could almost feel it being like tipsy or like drunk or something like that. That is sort of like that, like where like I overindulged and like I'm a little bit out of mind because of it.
Oh, okay. So it says when you break it, I get a string on you, and then when I spend the string to even out the score,
you can make her suffer harm, right?
Yeah, well, I'd rather a condition, I think, and then I'd be harmed. Yeah. The condition is whatever you think that the fairy blood does to you that makes you drink like a lot, kind of thing, right?
Like overindulgent or something like that. That sounds good.
Well, so which 2 are you choosing?
They definitely don't die, and I think I will probably.
That's good.
Yeah.
And take
I don't have any harm, so like I think I'll take +1 forward.
All right, sounds good.
And we both mark experience.
All right,
cool.
We'll both mark XP. I think the harm is going to be 2. Like I think this is a 2 harm sort of like situation. What?
Yeah.
How does that go? What does that look like, Serena? Like what are we talking about here?
Maybe Lilith thinks that like it's me like making out with her, but like just a little bit realizing too late that like I'm actually like your skin is broken and like I'm drinking blood, and maybe like you can feel a little bit like dripping down as like I kind of like drink more of it and maybe like push you against the back of the bathroom wall as like I'm drinking your blood, and so maybe like you start to feel a little bit dizzy and like lightheaded as like I consume of it. And I think maybe the point of where we stop is like I think at some point like you try to like push me off and like I just like keep going at it, but then you like can't push me off and you just like fall down, and that's the point where I stop. It's like not you choosing, it's that you got really hurt and you couldn't hold yourself up anymore, and then I realized that I went too far type thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe the lights turn back on, but then they start like flickering, and then the music like cuts out like a scratching record, and then we cut from the scene.
Yeah, nice, good. Yeah, that's good. Let's go to Margot real quick.
You see Margot walking into the woods on that path, pulling out the baggie, taking a look in it, pulling out her phone, see her texting. Alan, still on for meeting you tonight, right?
Alan hasn't been able to get a hold of Serena, right? But I think he's going to do it anyway. He's just going to be like, yeah, for sure. And then Jonah, do you want another like little quick vignette here? Are you good?
think we get a shot of Jonah using Mr. Thompson's shower, and then he gets out and drying off, and then I think we see Mr. Thompson like watching from the
Nice.
bedroom
Okay,
or
cool.
something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm into that. Just a little shot of our TV show here, a scene that you guys are not part of or even aware of. It is totally beyond your perception. But I think we see Sarah. Sarah is our Taylor Swift lookalike, right? And I think we see Sarah like pulling her car up into the parking lot of the Double Q. And she gets out and she's got her little turquoise uniform on. I think she works there, like at night. I think she works there for a little bit of extra money. And we see her go up to the doors of the Double Q, and she just instinctively like pulls for the doors, but they're locked. And it's only like 6 p.m. Like it should totally be open right now, right? It stays open more or less all night. And she's like, huh. And the sign has even been turned to closed, right? And so she's like, what the fuck, like what's going on? And then the camera just like swoops like past Sarah, past the door, like through the empty diner, linoleum floors. I think the jukebox is playing, interestingly enough. Maybe a little Patsy Cline song, one of the classic Patsy Cline, like, oh, why'd you dump me? I think I'm gonna kill myself, kind of thing. And the camera goes to the back, like where all the food is normally prepared and where all that stuff is going on. We just see Norma with two big, massive, meaty fists wrapped around her throat and yellow sleeves, and she's just being choked out. She's being choked out and dead. And that's where we'll cut. I guess the last thing we saw was you like just sinking your teeth into Lilith's neck. Is that right? Okay. I'd like for each of you just to take a moment to describe what that's like. I mean, Serena, from your end, maybe like on a subconscious level, you intuited there's something special about Lilith, but maybe you're learning it for the first time by drinking from her. So if you have any thoughts on that, I'd like to hear them. And then likewise for Lilith, like what does it feel like this to be happening to you?
At first, she probably realizes that maybe Lilith's feelings are a little bit stronger than she expected, because I think this is how she gets a lot of people to feed on in the first place, is that she kind of like sort of suckers them in with her teenage sexuality, because that's what she knows how to do. And so like I think maybe she's realizing that Lilith maybe cares a little bit more than she thought she did.
What about you, Lilith? Like, how does it feel to have Serena drinking your blood right now?
I think she experiences like a range of emotions. At first, I think she's just like, yes, it's finally happening. Right. And then after that, she's just like, oh, but this doesn't feel like I thought it would. And then after, she's like, this isn't right. And then that's when I think like, it begins to hurt and she starts bucking against it and she collapses to the floor, drained kind of thing.
Lilith, you collapse, right? Serena, you're probably just like in a sort of kaleidoscopic, like delirious haze, right? That rush of right after drinking like blood, right? Maybe it's a little weird because you're drinking fey blood, right? A little more weird than normal. Mm-hmm. And Serena, you're the first person to realize that you guys are somewhere different. Like something has happened as soon as you kind of like come out of this like fugue state from drinking blood, right? Lilith is there, like sort of somewhat not unconscious, but like just kind of like has fainted, right? And maybe just kind of a little out of it. What's the first thing you see that lets you know that you're not in Kansas anymore?
I think it's when I realized that Lilith is probably a little bit more like out of it and hurt than I wanted to. So like I think I turned to like go to the bathroom mirror, because there's always like band-aids and like first aid kit type stuff behind a mirror. So like I turned to go find it, and like I turn around and like there's not a mirror there. There's not like a bathroom sink.
Maybe where we are is like a huge outstretched branch from a tree that now looks like it's like a hand with coiled masses of branches and stuff like that. And as we look around, there's like 4 or 5 of them outstretched, and we're on one of them.
Cool. So like, I almost imagine since you were like leaning up against the bathroom wall that maybe you're leaning up against the trunk of the tree, but like I just didn't notice it was a trunk of a tree and not a bathroom wall. And like I turn around and it's just like these fingers of like branches that are like curling up where the bathroom like mirror used to be. And I'm just like maybe stagger and like drop to my like knee, like legs, because I like look down and realize we're like up above, like we're on branches, we're not like on the ground. And so like I'm like steadying myself and holding it until like we're probably like eye to eye now, since you're leaning against the tree and I'm now down sitting, like more or less sitting. And I'm like, where are we? What just happened?
Camera zooms out at that point, right? So to show the scene. So Jonah, you go to talk to the teacher. This is the first time. This is not the first time this has happened, right? Like you've crashed with Mr. Thompson before. I think like Mr. Thompson like invites you in, like this. Let's just kind of have the, you're in his apartment or whatever kind of scene, and he just got finished working out. I think he has like a gym in his like little apartment, right? Like just exercise shorts, and like a tank top on, right? And and he's like, and he's really good looking. He's really fit. And he's kind of like toweling himself off, like as you kind of come in. He's like, Jonah, what's going on? Like, what happened? You look a little, you look a little shaken.
Yeah, Jonah has like this like tear glistening in his eye kind of thing going on. His like a little puffy and red, but he's like trying to act cool. So he's just like, my parents are being a drag right now.
He's like, was it like last time? I mean, are you worried your dad's gonna,
I think he kind of like does this like shrug and he's like, I'm not scared. I just don't want to deal with it.
He's like, all right, it's all right. It's all right. Calm down. And he like kind of puts his hands on your shoulders, right? Like starts to like kind of give you a little shoulder massage, right? And he's like, you want a drink or something? Like, and goes to the kitchen. What do you do while he's doing that?
I think that Jonah's kind of rattled, so he's just gonna kind of like put his feelers out for where his gang is, suss out what they're feeling.
So I think, they just kind of went home after the excursion into the forest, right? I mean, I think they just went home. They're having dinner with their families, or they're just,
He's gonna basically use their feelings of normalcy or contentment to feed on it, like live vicariously through them a little bit, just by feeling their feelings.
All right, I'm into that. I think there's a role here. Maybe we just handle it in the fiction a little bit, or maybe what kind of conditions do you have right now? Threatened. Oh,
threatened.
Give me I'll let you remove that condition if you kind of just give me like one detail from each of them, like what they're doing in their just normal humdrum life right now that kind of anchors you a little bit and makes you kind of feel like everything's going to be okay.
Don is playing catch with his like dad or something. I think like Rhodey is like masturbating or something. And I think that Tony is probably just like quietly sitting next to a window where it's peaceful and he's just drawing.
All right, awesome. Yeah, you can knock that condition off. That's good. I think combined with like being here with Mr. Thompson, you're starting to feel like less, you're feeling less threatened from your father, right? For sure. So you have like a certain degree of safety and security right now. And Mr. Thompson says, well, if you want to, Jonah, you can crash here on the couch again. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, all right, cool. Well, I was just gonna, and he's like, I was just gonna put a frozen pizza in the oven. Is that all right for dinner?
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you have something I could sleep in?
Yeah, we'll get that sorted out. But I'm kind of like, I'm kind of really stinking right now. I'm gonna go get in the shower, okay? And he's like, just the remote's on the coffee table. Just watch TV, do whatever you want to do. And he goes into you can hear him like going into the bathroom and like turning on the shower. We'll just cut there. Poor Margot. I think you're walking, you walk from the trailer park and I think you like cut across downtown Mercy Falls to get to the woods, right? Like you kind of like I think the trailer park's just like up a little like side road or whatever. And you kind of cut through downtown to go a little, to kind of go to the tree cover, right? You are cutting across when you see cop cars and a lot of like chaos and stuff going on at the Double Q Diner. Like something's wrong. What do you do?
I'm gonna drift that way because it's not that far out of my way on the way to Woods, and I'm way ahead of schedule for meeting Alan and Serena anyways. So I'm gonna head over there and see what's up.
The first thing you notice when you get over to this scene, I mean, they called everybody, right? There's EMTs, there's the fire department, there are cops, right? And you see a couple of police officers taking a statement, or at least like trying to console Sarah, who's in your homeroom class. Sarah's wearing like the turquoise outfit of the Double Q Diner waitresses.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there and she's just like crying. She's just crying. You can tell she's clearly upset. Like something has happened at the diner, right? Whatever it is, it's big, right? What do you do?
I am going to try to get close enough to eavesdrop on the conversation. Teenager, so I don't know if I can do it without being very obvious. But if no one shoos me away, I'm just gonna sneak up. I might even go up and go, Sarah, are you okay?
Give me a keep your cool. And the reason why is because I think like, what we know happened doesn't happen often in Mercy Falls, right? Like or if it does, it's been a long time, police officers, these are like the parents of your peers at school. These are people that in the community. They're all just like, some of them are upset. They're all like kind of yelling at each other. It's just like a really intense situation. Like something really bad happened. Yep. Yeah, it's a pressure cooker. And there's just like the sort of the tension of not knowing, right? What'd you end up with on Keep Your Cool?
2.
It sounds like someone got hurt. That much you can make. Oh yeah, Mark XP. That much you can make out. Like someone got hurt. There's some kind of thing. I think you even see like the EMTs like pulling a gurney with a body like covered like in a cloth, right? Out of the Double Q. And then you hear a voice over your shoulder. It's almost like you like whoever this person was who's right behind you, like they just completely walked past your wolf instincts. You didn't smell them. You didn't hear them. They just were there. You see this person's shadow. The sun is behind you, and their shadow like just completely engulfs you.